You think? Okay. The internet has been really bad tonight. I think it's because of the weather. But tonight we are talking about know before you buy relating to pets. And you may notice I have a fake pet around my neck. But before we get into the topic tonight, we got to go over the business end of things. I don't know how long I'm going to have. I also don't know how long I'm going to be able to read this, let alone find what I'm looking for. Okay, so, wow. Okay. Weekly recap is as follows for the main channel: 7 videos, 3 shorts, 6 live streams, and 10 posts. I have no idea how this works on this one. Well, come on. How do I get to the next slide? There it goes. 1.9 thousand people tuned in. Well, this is based on stuff that was already gathered. Why are you calling me? I'm right here. Carol, I'm right here. Type it in the chat. I haven't even covered subscribers. 1.9 thousand people tuned in, and I got 7 new subscribers. There were... Oh, we're not worried about that. They watched people watched Whale Tales, 2 Groups of Whales, and Organism of the Week, Giant Squid. We had 20 likes, 25 shares, and 1 comment. My Chromebook's beginning to hate me. How many times were your videos liked last week? 12, 20, or 28? 20. And then we need to look at dashboard. Dashboard has us at 421 subscribers, 13.5 thousand views, 154 watch time hours. And then on the other channel, we had 29 total subscribers, 3.2 thousand views, and 34.7 watch time hours. Its analytics. We had 1 video and 4 shorts, which is perfect. 811 people tuned in. Awesome. We had not interested in that. Not interested in that. They watched Bowhead Whale Toy Review, Modern Day Sloths, and Giant Ground Sloth Facts. What is your most viewed video last week? Giant Ground Sloth Facts, Bowhead Whale Toy Review, or Modern Day Sloths? I'm going to go with Modern Day Sloths. Even though I knew it was Bowhead Whale, I'm just tired of whales. And then I think that's it. Okay, so now on with the show. Hello, other person that I cannot see. Ladies and gentlemen, have you ever bought an animal on impulse? Today we are discussing something really important, and that is doing your research before you buy an animal as a pet. Impulse buying an animal is bad. There what goes. Craziness, insanity? Yes. Hello. Hello out there that I have no idea how to respond to chats. Okay, whatever. I will even go as far as to say it's dangerous. Ladies and gentlemen, it is dangerous to buy. It is dangerous to even buy an animal on impulse. It's dangerous because a person who buys a pet without first doing research. Hello. It's dangerous because the person that buys a pet without first doing research is more apt to get rid of the animal before they realize, once they realize how large the animal is or how destructive the animal can be. First, let's talk about birds. Number one thing is that birds can be loud. I knew a lady who, her and her husband got a cockatoo and a gray parrot. Within the first week of having them, they actually had the police called on them because a good neighbor called about domestic abuse, believing that the husband was beating up the wife. In reality, it was just the parrots. So yes, they can be extremely loud. So if you don't like loud noises, don't get a bird. Number 2, birds can be destructive. Hi, Marianne Han and the YouTube duck. What type of bird do you have? I want to get a cockatoo, but I don't have the room. I don't have the space. So it's not happening. They need to have the toys. Birds can also be destructive. I don't even want to know who taught you that, or who taught you that, who taught the bird that. They need to have toys that they can destroy. Hello, Fatima Lima. That too. They crave stimulation, and providing them with something that they can play with or tear apart is beneficial to you and beneficial to them. They can bite. Parrots have a beak and a pretty powerful beak. And some birds are one-person birds. No dog. Providing them with something that they can play with or tear apart. I already said that. Just remember that birds can be one-person birds. That being said, there was one, I know a family where they had an African gray. The husband could touch the bird, the wife could not. Not safely, anyway. I will be talking about snakes after I get through with the birds. Actually, reptiles. The birds have bad days just like people. And they don't always want to interact with you. So let them decide when they want to interact. They take up space. Birds, the larger the bird, the larger the cage. They don't show their ailments very well. They don't show you if they're sick right away. And by the time they do show signs of being sick, too late. You need to really hurry up and get them to the vet. So watch behavior and pay attention to their stools, their excrement, whatever you want to call it. Also, larger birds, like the macaws and the parrots in general, have long lives. So you need to have something in line for when you may pass away. Now I'm going to make people happy, and we're going to talk about snakes, reptiles in general. So when you go to the store, a lot of times, this is not a real snake, by the way. When you go to the store, you'll see a snake or a lizard in its cage. But problem is, a little baby gets big. So what might be a little tiny iguana or a little tiny 4-foot python is going to grow up. So just to give you an idea, a savanna monitor is going to top out at around 4 feet. Nile monitors, 5 to 6. Black-throated monitors, 6 feet. Asian water monitors, 4 to 6 feet. Iguanas, 3 to 6 feet. Tegu, 4 feet, but very thick. Reticulated python, 21 feet or longer. Burmese python, 16 to 23 feet long. Don't forget to give me a like. I don't see any likes. What's up with that? I need some likes. Iguanas are, African rock pythons, 16 to 20 feet. I don't agree with this anaconda length. I know they're not as large as reticulated pythons. I'm going to say 16 to 20 feet. Boa constrictors, 13 feet. I am not covering crocodilians in this live. It's just not happening. We'll save that for a later date, but they can get large as well. Now, a lot of the animals that I just mentioned can send you to the hospital. No joke. The green iguana its tail is like a whip. And I've heard of people who have been whipped by them and going to the bone. Not to mention how heavy some of these snakes are. Reticulated pythons are known to potentially kill and eat humans, at least kids. Green iguana, if they get a hold of you, I don't know, not good. They also need room. And I think the reptiles probably end up needing more room than your birds. The green anaconda needs 100 square feet for their enclosure plus water. A green iguana needs an enclosure that is 12 feet long by 8 feet high. Yeah, it does. I would imagine. And the worst part about it is they don't start off being aggressive. When they're younger, they're going to be docile. That can change. And you may never get your sweet little iguana back. Nile monitors, the monitors can bite. Some of them have some really bad bites. Not to mention the tail slap. Nile monitors need a 6-foot tall enclosure that is 10 by 6. Reticulated pythons, 3 feet wide, 8 feet long, and 2 feet high, and that is a minimum. They're also very expensive. These are the highest prices I could find. So I imagine you could get lower, but this does not include enclosure, food, vet bills, anything. This is just the price for the animal and does not include shipping. A reticulated python, $20,000. Anaconda, $1,500. Burmese python, $2,500. Depending upon the animal, decides your diet. Some of these animals are going to eat rabbits, baby pigs, preferably frozen thawed, strawberries, fish, and the list could go on and on. Also know that animals can be illegal in your state or in your city. So again, I always say this: know the laws in your area. And of course, I mentioned vets earlier. You got to work into that the cost of vet bills because they are going to need vets. So the next category of animals that I want to cover are my favorite animals. We are covering the arachnids. And that's true. Some snakes do eat mice. Some snakes eat rats. It depends upon the size of the snake. But a lot of times it's not the little snakes that are the issue. It's the big snakes that are the issue. These guys although they're some people find them gross. I'm well aware of that. But they are quiet. They don't require a lot of space. You can, they're not too terribly bad. But there are some things that concerns me. One, animals, some of these animals, just because they're spiders, well, most pet stores are not going to be selling coral snakes. And if they are, they probably need to be shut down. It's probably a milk snake or some type of, or somewhere along those lines, because coral snakes are not to be messed with. So this is a coral snake, and you'll notice that it has a black head followed by yellow, black, yellow, red. A milk snake, it will not have necessarily the black head, and it won't be followed by yellow, because this guy is an elapid. And a lapid, if you don't know, is also related to the thing that's around my neck. This guy. So they're related to cobras, and a bite would be very bad. So you also might get a tarantula that's this size, but over time, they're going to get to be this size, maybe. Some of the large ones can get the size of a dinner plate. So, and they can live, some of them can live for up to 25 years. So again, you might want to have a plan for getting rid of it. All tarantulas have a poisonous bite, but not all tarantula venoms are dangerous to humans. Still, some species do kick their hairs, and you can be allergic to those hairs. They need live food. Unlike some snakes, tarantulas need movement in order to pick up their food, to know that it's there. And they can be very defensive from the get-go. Another animal that sometimes enters people's homes are scorpions. Now, again, the individual pet owner is responsible for knowing the laws in their state. So don't assume that just because a pet shop sells an animal, that it is necessarily legal in your city. So yeah, know your rules. Don't go into a pet shop and buy the first thing you see. Go to the pet shop, look for an animal, and then go home and do your research. And I mean, really do your research. Talk to people. That's always an option. Always an option. Okay, we're 23 minutes in. I have talked quite a bit. If you have questions or comments, let me know. Well, not necessarily, because, for instance, in my area, in my city, an animal like the tarantula is illegal in my city, but the pet shop isn't. If I know it's illegal and I go out and buy it anyway, who's at fault? Not the pet shop. You think the pet shop? It's not like the pet shop is going out of their way to do that. If I buy something from California and I don't do my homework, ahead of time, who's at fault? The consumer, the person buying the animal, is the person that should be responsible for knowing if the animal is illegal or not. And nowadays, if you can't hop on your phone and get into the codes for your city, buyers should beware. But that's part of doing your research before you bring the animal home. Knowing if you need a permit is huge. I remember going to one of the animal swaps in a city not too far away from where I live, and they had bears for sale, actual bear cubs. Another time they had lions. Now, in my city, those are illegal. I have no business bringing something like that into my home, knowing that it's illegal. So, people buying animals need to know what's okay and what's not okay, is what it boils down to. But, they're not. And I'm not sure, even in our state, the thing is, laws change all the time. I don't know if it's true, but you can own just about anything. You just need a proper permit. But again, let's see. Gary Animal Code. Wait. Let's see. Don't know. I'm trying to look in Gary. See, they don't talk about they actually don't have no people, no person shall keep or permit to be kept on his premises any wild or vicious animal for display or for exhibiting purposes, rather for a fee. This section shall not be construed to apply to zoological parks and performing animal exhibitions. No person shall keep or permit to be kept any wild animal as a pet. The Animal Control Center may issue a temporary permit, which is for keeping, care, and protection of an infant animal native to this area which has been deemed to be homeless. The Animal Control Center shall have the power to release or order the release of any infant wild animal kept under temporary permit which is deemed capable of survival. Um, yeah, I don't see anything where it says biting animals, rabies, pit bulls, and other dangerous dogs. Yeah. Well, see, that's the thing. One had got loose. Roy Boy might have had the license for it, but technically they might have been considered wild animals. I don't know. But you also have to look at state law. So laws do vary. So, like in the city that I live in, oh, I have to actually download it. Well, there's actually nothing there. So yeah, huh, that is odd. And they probably should be. I mean, um, I'm trying to see. Yeah, here it is. No person shall harbor, possess within the city any poisonous animal, reptile, fish, or insect, or any animal that poses a threat to public health and safety. The animal may be impounded by animal control agency and disposal of in a manner determined to be the best interest of the animal, which may include being euthanized. So it's not really fair to the animal for you to go out and buy it and then have it be put to sleep because you didn't check the laws in your city. So that's just an example of it's not really fair. In my city, no person shall possess, offer for sale, attempt to buy, or own within the city any of the following animals of either thoroughbred or hybrid stock or pedigree. All wild cats, so lions, tigers, cougars, any of those. Polar bear, which is ridiculous. Red wolf, which is illegal anyway. Vacuna, which is a type of Vacuna is a type of llama. Caiman or crocodile of the order Crocodilia. So no alligators, caimans, or crocodile. Gray wolf or timber wolf, that means no wolf dogs. Sea otter, Pacific Ridley turtle, Atlantic green turtle, Mexican Ridley turtle. No person shall buy, sell, or offer for sale or own a native or foreign species of subspecies of mammal, bird, amphibian, or reptile, or the dead body or parts thereof which appear on the endangered species list. So again, this is stuff you should know. You cannot own. Well, it's not saying that you can't have turtles. It's certain turtles. You cannot own and you can't bring into the city any part or plumage, skin, or dead body of any species of hawk, owl, or eagle. Because those are again protected by federal law. This section shall not be construed to prevent the importation, possession, purchase, or sale of any species to any person or organization licensed to present a circus or carnival pursuant to this code. And that's the other thing. People buy animals and then let them go. Again, there are other animals that are also against the law. Poisonous animals, including rare-fanged snakes, apes, monkeys, gibbons, orangutans, and gibbons, baboons, bears, bison, cheetahs, crocodilium, constrictor snakes, including but not limited to boa, python, and anaconda, coyote, deer, elephants, gamecocks, hippopotamus, hyenas, jaguar, leopards, monkeys, lynx, lions, ostrich, piranha, puma, rhinoceros, sharks, snow leopards, spiders, and insects which are poisonous, tigers, wolves, monitor lizard, wild animals. The provisions of this section shall not apply to institutions of higher learning, zoological parks, circuses, or persons harboring animals specifically for the purpose of rehabilitation and release into their natural habitat. So it's important that you know the rule. No person shall keep, harbor, or own or permit to be kept any wild animals, including but not limited to raccoons, skunks, foxes, squirrels, chipmunks, porcupines, possums, wolves, and woodchucks. Zoological parks, animal care facilities, circuses, or carnivals properly licensed pursuant to this chapter, and persons possessing a valid wildlife permit from the State Department of Conservation are exempt from this section. So, yeah, you are responsible for bringing something into your home. And you may not like the decision that's brought by the state that you live in, but those are the rules and you're expected to follow them. Because here's what happens. One bad person can destroy something that other people enjoy. So if you go out and you buy an animal like a corn snake and you let it go in an area where it doesn't belong, then you are not doing your job as a pet owner. Yeah. But again, it depends upon the rules in your city as to what's illegal and what's not. Now, I don't know why somebody would want to own some of the animals that people own. I don't know. It makes no sense. Makes no sense at all. Just so you know, if you're new to my videos, I go live every Tuesday at 7, every Friday night at 7, and Saturdays at 7. Fridays live, I always have to look this up because I don't remember. Yeah, I mean, you have to be careful because certain animals also carry parasites, and raccoons are one of them. I believe it is excreted out the back end, and the animal, it can make you sick. Diana Ortiz, Marcos Almeida. Very cool. Thank you for subscribing. That is awesome. That takes us to 423, which is way cool. There is a lot of stuff that I try to put out for you guys so that you know what is going on. And when I thought I posted I thought I posted to the channel the lives for this week. I guess I didn't. But yeah, I posted it to the Facebook page, but I don't think I posted it to I didn't post it to Facebook, I guess. Okay. So Friday, we are looking at wildlife laws meant to keep you safe and legal. We talked a little bit about that tonight, but tomorrow we're more concerned about we're not going to talk so much about pet laws, more about what you can keep and what you can't keep as far as some of that stuff goes. So we will hit on those a little bit. Saturday's live, we are doing what to plant to attract wildlife. And Tuesday, is going to be a little bit different type of a live. Sorry. After a while of sitting the way I sit, my backside hurts. Tuesday's live, or next Tuesday's live, will be at 7. And the topic is coyotes and other critters adapted to live in cities. So we're going to be talking about animals that live in our cities, and how maybe we can keep them away or support them. So a lot of that sort of stuff we're going to be looking at. Wow, not as active as it was the other day. I don't think I like this. So where does that put us? Wow, come on, dude. Okay, that's up. Oh, it's the wrong page. $428 subscribers. Mondays? I can add Monday. So yeah, that's an option. But if I do Mondays, no, Saturdays are at 7. Oh, you mean do Saturdays at 3? No, because I'm doing this for my subscribers. I know. I mean, we can try. We can try. Well, I'm going to say goodnight because I want to keep track of what's going on outside. So I will talk to you later. Thank you for coming in. Remember, I go live Mondays, Tuesdays, and Saturdays. I will see you peeps later. Have a good and safe rest of your evening. Goodbye.